So today's brief was, can you make a home from home? And I found it a very appropriate question for the current situation we're in. When the lockdown was announced by Boris, my mum demanded that I come home to Holyhead for the duration, as it was safer and I could be with my parents rather than on my own in Liverpool. I was picked up and brought back to Anglesey that night, and just like that, my independent life had been snatched away from me. I've built a life for myself in Liverpool over the last 4 years, lived in numerous houses, formed meaningful relationships, and really become part of the community there. Finally distanced from the strict upbringing of my parents, I'm fully responsible for myself and all that happens in my life. I decide what I eat, when I eat, who I spend my time with, how much of my time is spent socialising or chilling on my own, staying up late and not having someone whinge at you for sleeping in, smoking as much weed as I please, indoors. It's been a big shock to come back to the family home and have to abide by someone else's rules. Over the last 4 years I've been back home, but the duration of the trip is always known before I visit. I know I can do it when there's an end date in sight to return to my real home. I did spend the whole of the summer of second year of uni back home, but that was due to an operation I underwent. I needed to recover in bed for months, so my mum took care of me over that time. But that circumstance was out of my control, so I managed it as best I could. My parents bring out a temper in me no one else can. Now, I don't know if that's because I spend so much time with them when I'm home, because they'll be arsy if I'm in my room and not with them downstairs, or just that I really struggle to be the new me that has evolved over the last 4 years, separate from them, when I'm pulled back to somewhere I spent my whole childhood. A place which holds mixed emotions for me, some beautiful, others quite the opposite. There's a lot of unresolved trauma associated with this place and the people that reside in it. Nature is where I feel most at home, bouldering the coast of Holy Island, bathing on the beaches of Anglesey, exploring the forest of Bangor, and swimming in the fresh rivers or the stone pools in Bethesda. These areas make me feel most at ease, calmed by the whistling of birds through the trees, the humming of the bees, the sun glistening on my skin, wind dancing through my hair, and cold water reminding me that I'm alive and fully experiencing the moment. So, can you make a home from home? My answer is yes, and I'm going to show you mine. As a solace from my overbearing parents, I often venture out into nature, but my favourite spot is closest to home, my home from home, Tarzan's Rock. This is where I go for some time to myself, to reflect, calm down, fully experience nature uninterrupted, or just to smoke a spliff. Me and my little brother Gethin would explore the rock as children, accessible only from our garden, as Mother Nature had reclaimed the majority of the unruled land and seeded the sharpest bushes to protect her. We would climb over the wall at the back of the garden and weave up the thorn and gorse bush-filled jungle to reach the top where you'd have a 360 view of Holyhead. Not much has changed to the rock in a decade, but so much around it has. Looking out now, I see a completely different scene to the one I grew up seeing. There's a new primary school where the old school was. I used to practice driving a car with my dad there. I also learnt to ride my bike. The long reed fields me and my friends used to play in have been replaced by a car park and a renovated sports centre. And now my view of Holyhead Mountain is obscured because of the new housing estate by the big park. My legs carry the scars of the barbed wire, which hangs on the wall to get onto the rock. My hands sting from the gorsebush needles that I've lent in over the last week, but still I will always return here, my home from home, Tarzan's Rock.